'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for a woman who decided this would be an ideal time to start baking. So tonight we're going to be making gingerbread Christmas decorations, and for this you're going to need self-raising flour, cinnamon, ginger and optional chilli powder. That's one of my secrets. You'll also need butter, dark sugar and golden caster sugar, and a coloured boiled sweet of your choice, not Spon. And my trusty recipe book full of recipes that I've made. So we turn to here, you can get started. So, need a big bowl, and to your big bowl you want to add, if you can see in this lot, you want to add 450 grams of self-raising flour. And you will also want to add, these are your dry ingredients, you want to add 1 tablespoon or 3 teaspoons of ground ginger. You also want to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, oh I can't get the spoon in the top of it. And I like to add half a teaspoon of mild chilli powder. It just adds a little bit of extra sort of kick to your gingerbread. You can't really taste the chilli, it just emphasises the natural sort of spiciness of ginger. And then you want to mix your dry ingredients together. So for your soon to be wet ingredients, you want a saucepan. And to that you want to add 150 grams of your dark sugar. And 75 grams of your lighter caster sugar. And to that you want to add 190 grams of butter. It doesn't have to be soft because you're going to melt this on the stove in a second. Not that butter. And then you want to heat this on the stove until the sugar dissolves. While you're doing that, turn your oven to 200 degrees if you haven't got a fan oven, or 180 degrees Celsius if you do have a fan oven. So now that your butter and sugar has melted, you just want to pour that into your dry ingredients and work it in with a wooden spoon. At which point it starts smelling overwhelmingly of ginger. So you just want to incorporate it until it's a nice breadcrumb mixture, and then you want to set this to one side because this is going to be too hot to handle. So while we're waiting for that to cool down, we're going to take a pestle and water and a couple of different dishes. And start bashing up some different coloured glacier mints. Sorry, not glacier mints, unsponsored sweets of some kind. So I've got greens with the reds with the reds. and the yellowy orange ones with the yellowy orange. And any that don't fit any of those, I will eat. It doesn't have to be that precise. These two are actually slightly different colour reds, but they're both red, so they're going in the red. You can actually use this technique to make little stained glass windows on your gingerbread houses if you are so inclined, which I have done before, and it looks rather fetching, I must say. So we've got enough to be going on with. You can always crush up more. So you simply take your sweets of choice, stick them into a vessel of water, and give them a bash. I'm going to turn down the sound for you guys. So our gingerbread dough has now cooled down sufficiently that we can handle it. So you just want to dust some flour onto your work surface. And onto your rolling pin. I should say I've moved my candle away because you don't want flour dust near an open flame. It is liable to go whoomp. Don't do that. So then we can take our gingerbread dough and incorporate that into more of a ball. It should just squeeze together. And just squash it out. And I was always taught that you roll it out to roughly the thickness of a £1 coin if you're in the UK. I'd say that was about ½ a centimetre for anyone who's not in the UK. So I've got my cutters. In this case I'm making little star-shaped ones, so I just want to cut out a star. And I don't actually have a small enough biscuit cutter for this, so I'm using the top of a Bailey's bottle to cut out a little hole just in the centre. And I'm also using a chopstick because I want to hang these to just poke a little hole just in the top. Then transfer them onto a baking sheet. Then you want to gently take out your middle bits. And then you want to fill in the holes with your sweets. Then you want to pop these in the oven, again at 180 degrees fan or 200 degrees, 200 degrees fan or 180 degrees not fan, for about 10 to 12 minutes until the edges start to go golden brown. So unlike with most biscuits, you want to leave these to cool completely on the rack, and then you want to gently unstick them and pop them onto the rack just to finish cooling down completely. And once these are cooled completely, you can take a bit of string or ribbon and pass it through the hole that you made to hang these up like decorations. I'm just going to grab a large needle to do that because some of these are almost closed up in the process. And just hang them on your tree. So there you go, gingerbread Christmas ornaments, and you can use this technique for a variety of things like windows, in like stained glass windows in gingerbread houses, or you could even make a terrifying gingerbread effigy of your cat, if you would so choose. So thank you very much for joining me today. A very Merry Christmas, Happy Saturnalia, Mithrasmus, or non-denominational holiday of your choice. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I want to say a big thank you for me getting it to 100 subscribers. 100 of you have actually decided you want to subscribe to me, and I'm incredibly grateful. It is one of the best Christmas gifts I could have had. So goodbye, and hope to see you again in the new year.